Hey guys, welcome to the I Hope to Hear This podcast. We have a special guest with us today. It was a little rough getting the scheduling down.
Sorry about that.
No. It was on my end too. But I'm so glad we finally got a chance to sit down and do this. We have with me Henry Kim of the Who Wants to Break
Yep. Who wants to break LLC?
LLC, right?
Yeah.
Like the company, the Instagram, the man, the legend. So I've been really excited to do this because I feel like I've been a kind of distant admirer for a while of like what you're doing.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to follow what's been happening, right? So I remember like your story in my mind of this kind of started when you were at our church one day, and we were talking about prayer requests, and you were talking about like the whole like, oh, there's like a corporate job, my man, like yeah, you didn't really like it. I feel like you did a back and forth a few times, right? Like going back, leaving it, and then you got into the what was
Just
it?
reselling. We'll just call
Yeah,
it
no,
reselling.
yeah. The like you were doing really interesting stuff with that, and then you came to Who Wants to Break, and
Yeah.
it's been like following that journey has been really encouraging and inspiring because I feel like you did all of that to find the thing that you wanted to land on. And not to say that this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life, but like to get you here, seeing like everything else behind it was really cool. So I was wondering if you could kind of, just tell us a little bit about that. Hi, Alex.
Yeah. Oh, that's my fiance right there. So I mean, it kind of started. I don't know. It started a little bit before that, right? Well, a lot before that. So I graduated. I lived in Georgia my whole life, and then after high school, I kind of realized, man, I'm not really doing much with myself. I think I was going through a breakup at that time too, so I was like, screw this, whatever, And so then I was like, I have successful family members, that live, in a distance from me, right? So I was like, maybe I can learn something from them, My aunt's always been very intriguing to me, just growing up, just seeing how she moved, so that, I was naturally gravitated towards that. So, I reached out to her and I was, asked her, is there an opportunity for me? And, she said, yeah, come on, come up and,
Oh, wow.
live with me and I'll teach you the business, and she did gas stations. So, she had like two or three at the time. So, she's like, come work for me and then, I'll teach you the business and, we'll go from there. So I was like, all right, So I took the step, and that was big for me because I'm a very routine type of guy. I've always been. So I like doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Like if I can, I will. So taking that step was really, really big. So I just remember moving there, and just I don't know. It was different, right? She just like it was immediately just throw me into the pit, right? And so I did that for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, 8 years. The C-store, the convenience store business, man, it's rough, It's long hours. You got to worry about your employees stealing more than your customers. It's almost like 60-40,
Oh, wow.
So it's like, dang.
Yeah.
So, doing that for 8 years, being under I think I managed like 13 people, and these people were just, like they weren't like white collar people, like they all had like, they either had something on their record or, they came at a very early age. So, it wasn't like I was just working with, the corporate world, right?
Yeah.
So, I was used to that world for a long time. And then, I got burnt out. I wanted more. And, working like 65, 70 hours a week, You know, just it's not it. And then getting family pay on top of that. You know, that's like $700. I think, you know, the most I made was like, well, I'm not gonna say that. It might, but yeah, dude, it wasn't, you know.
You mean family pay as in it's because it's like your family paying you,
Yeah,
right?
so
Right.
so it's gonna be low.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if anyone, like if I go to the C store and work at Quick Trip and do that kind of job, you know, that might be like close to six figures, right? You know, it's like half that, way half that.
Right.
So, you know, I did that, and I was like, man, I need more. I feel like I need to do more. You know, sure that these C stores, they have the potential to be mine one day, but
It's not a guarantee.
it's not a guarantee. And then honestly, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm chasing money, right? I've realized that's all I've been doing since high school is chasing money, right? Chasing like, oh, this, maybe I'll do that because they have this. You know, I see them have nice things. Let's go see what they do and let's try to do that. And it doesn't work like that. I've realized, you know, because you know I failed a lot through this journey, right? I failed a tremendous amount of times. But I mean, what can you do other than, you know, you might have your moment to just kind of sit there and sulk, you know, and be depressed. But then, you know, eventually you just have to kind of get up and do something else, or either retry what you were trying to do, you know. Yeah, sorry, I kind of probably went off track.
No, that's great. That's great.
You know?
So you were there for 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Learning the business and all that. So what happens at the end of the 8 years? Is it a decision you make?
Yeah, you know, it so I was so sick of it, you know? Like I was to the point where like it caused friction between me and my aunt. You know, like I started looking at my aunt as like an enemy almost.
Oh, wow.
Not my mentor.
Right.
You know, but she's my mentor. Like she taught me a lot, you know? And so that I didn't like. But after I told her I didn't want to do this, I had to do a 1-year notice.
Oh,
so
wow.
imagine hating what you did and then you have to do it for another year. And me being so loyal, I did it. You know, I didn't see it as no other choice. You know, not like, oh, I can just leave.
Right.
You know, now I just leave. You know, but at that time it's like there's no choice. This is the road I have to do.
Yeah.
You know, so that was just, it was super depressing, man. And then I moved here, and I had to restart. You know, I had to hit the reset button again, and then what is it? You know, I was lost. You know, I was like, man, maybe I just need to do a 9 to 5. You know, like I'm overworking 70, 60 hours.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Right. Let me look for a 9 to 5 with holidays off, all that stuff.
Right.
Like, wow, let me experience this. You know.
Wait, so when you were at your aunt's business, were you working literally like every day?
Yeah, dude, there was one period where like I didn't get a day, like for short staff, there was like 1 month where I didn't get a day off.
Wow.
It was like I didn't get a vacation for I think like 3-4 years, just because like one, I don't take vacations, so I'm sure if like I really pushed for it, I could have got it, but at the time, like someone says no to me, it is what it is, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, didn't have vacations, anything like that. You know, I went on to a few though. I'm not gonna say I didn't have any, but you know,
Right.
maybe like 3 or 4 in the 8 years. You know, so
Wow.
yeah. But again, I don't take vacations. I don't see a need for that. You know, it's just a waste of time, kind of. But then now having a daughter, I have to, because it's not a waste of time for me. Now it's, you know, a memory for her.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so that you know, now I have to take more vacations. You know, but
So you just naturally kind of enjoy the grind, right?
you have to enjoy the grind, bro. You can't be successful without the grind, right? And even still, I'm probably not grinding hard enough.
Oh, wow.
Right? There's someone for sure grinding harder than me.
Right.
You know? So
yeah.
it's like you always have that.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I guess it's not really I enjoy the grind. It's more so like
You recognize the importance of it.
recognize the importance of it, and I mean, it just comes with the, like, it just,
Right.
that's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fortunate enough to have a rich, mom or dad. I'm not fortunate enough to, just, hey, man, I got to go get it, So that's all I see, because, I mean, dude, if the corporate world, like I worked in insurance, right? Because I don't have a college degree, I barely finished high school. I hated high school, right? Like, literally, like, my whole time in school was a battle between myself because I'm battling myself, like, why am I doing this? I don't feel like why do I need to learn this, And it's like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me, right? So it's like, bro, I don't know, man. This isn't it. So, I'm not paying attention, skipping, and I'm barely making it, right? So it's like, I don't know. It just felt like I was a prisoner almost. I couldn't get over that feeling.
Yeah.
So it's like, man. So college. I tried it for a semester, and I couldn't do it, man. Just like, I don't know. I don't even know what I wanted to do at that time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how am I supposed to major in something that I don't even know what I want to do? So didn't do that. That's when I left for NC, and I feel like that was my college. That was my real college, right? That was real life.
Yeah.
Like, give me real life experiences over reading a book.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I learned. But yeah. So I did insurance. That was like a 9 to 5 almost. But really sales related. But I mean, found out I was pretty decent at it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like the smoothest talker, but I was like authentic. I've always been authentic from like day one, because I feel like, I don't know, just feel like, can't lie, it's just that feeling, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to live with that. So, I've just been being honest with them on the phone. If they could save money elsewhere, I would let them know. Be like, yo, man, I would really love your business, but you're going to save like, almost $100 here, and sometimes they even went with me still. I was like, yo, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, and so I was doing pretty well.
On that point, I think people appreciate honesty over money sometimes because if you don't trust the person who's cheaper,
right,
somewhere down the line, you don't know how you might get screwed over.
For sure, sure. I mean, for sure, man. So, where were we? My bad.
Yeah, sorry, no. That's what you were doing. In
insurance. So I was doing the 9 to 5. I had holidays off. But it wasn't me though. Like, I was good at it, but it wasn't me. I wasn't enjoying it. So naturally, I'm looking at other things like how else can I make money? Just trying all different crazy things. Putting myself in things that but and then so we have so then I leave the place. I'm like, man, I got to a point where I couldn't sleep at night.
Oh man.
I was like, dude, I can't sleep. Like, it was like a 3-month period where I didn't sleep. Maybe like 2 hours. Like, and like I remember like breaking down and like questioning like what the heck? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I went to the doctor. I went all like, bro, I don't know. I couldn't explain it, right? So then, I was like, yo, maybe, I don't know. But then that's when like there's some things that happen, like dealing with God, that like I kind of like, was like, whoa, like there were so many instances where he showed me some stuff, right? That was like, okay, this is undeniable, right? So then that's when I went to the church. I was like, all right. My sister's always been trying to get me to church.
Right.
My sister, right? Yeah. If anyone doesn't know my sister, like, she's like church every day type, if she could. So, and I'm the complete opposite, right? I believe in God, but I feel like I just don't feel like you have to be in one place to feel like you're serving God, right? I don't feel like you need to give that 10, 15% to say that you're loyal to God, right? Like you can repay God in other ways, not through just a church. Like, I might be able to help someone one day, and I might be able to change their life one day. They might change my life at the same time, like stuff like that. I feel like that's how you repay the Lord, but yeah, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. It's Olivia and Shiloh and Henry's
Yeah.
mom in the background.
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
And that's one of the blessings that came, man. Like, I remember, like, there was one point where it was just me and Alex, right? And, my sister was here too, but, she was working. So, dude, man, it was getting crazy with Olivia. And, I'm over here being depressed and, like, rock bottom, and, yeah, it wasn't good, man.
Yeah.
So, I remember asking for, like, help, and, like, she moves back.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. It's been like a 180.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And, man, it's been a blessing for sure.
Yeah. So when you're going through all of this, like, trying to figure out why you can't go to sleep and all that, is that when you finally pull the trigger to leave your company, or how did
No,
that
I
happen?
left the company already.
Oh, and then you were still kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking in my head, okay, it's because I'm unhappy with my work, man, right? Maybe, I got some money saved up, and I'll just chill out for a second, right? I remember talking to my boss about it. He's like, I don't think that's the right move for you. I was like, yeah, I know it probably isn't, but I don't see another choice. So I left on good terms, and then I just went through, like, I thought that was rock bottom. I went through more rock bottom.
Oh gosh.
Right? Like it's insane, man. But through it all, it was I don't know, man. I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't take any of that back. Now I kind of like, it's like think of depression as like a deep like well, right? Like you get used, like get used to it, right? Get used to being down deep in there. Get used to feeling the walls around you, right? Because that way you can recognize it when it happens again. That way it's like, oh no, I got to get out.
Right.
Like I can feel it now again.
Oh, wow.
So just being stuck in, I feel like everyone has to just like, they have to go through that. I don't know many people that really made, like, that's gonna make it, or that made it, that hasn't really gone through like some kind of rock bottom, unless they just they got their money from easier ways. But like actually like going through it and earning that shit, like it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like I got all these people around me, but I still feel alone at times because they don't, like, something could be going wrong with my business. And I could vent to my fiance, I can vent to my mom, I can vent to my friends, and sure, they'll talk to me, they'll tell me something, but they won't truly understand, they won't truly get it, because it's not theirs, it's not what they created, it's not, it's like, so you feel alone in this whole thing, so.
Yeah. Oh wow. So then, kind of going back to your journey, after you quit and you're kind of going through this like dark period, what would you consider kind of the first step to coming out of that and to going on the up, I guess?
I forgave my father.
Oh wow.
So my dad, he left us, I think, when I was like 11 or 12. Like one day, happy family, and then he goes on to a business trip to Korea, and then like he usually goes for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. And then I remember in my room, my sister comes in, my mom comes in, and they tell me that he's not coming back. So.
Oh gosh. Wow.
But was never mad at him though. Was never upset with him. I got upset with him the moment Olivia was born.
Yeah.
Cause I felt like that. I don't know. You love your mom.
Yeah.
You love your spouse. But like the love for your child, it unlocks something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I got pissed, Like, dang, how can you leave?
Yeah.
You know? So I forgave him for that. Like, I called him. I remember, like, you know, he still can't really talk to me about it. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is. You know? So I told him, I was like, you know, you kind of, like, messed me up, but I'm okay now. You know? Like, I forgive you.
Wow.
You know? I'm not going to, like, be your best friend, but, you know, I forgive you.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, but he's going through the karma, though. You know, right now, that's for sure. You know, but I don't know. You know, it is what it is. But you know, just forgiving him, that was a big thing, right? I think that was like maybe the biggest thing that I didn't even know, right? I didn't even know that was like hindering me like that. You know,
Wow.
It was pretty crazy, bro.
Yeah. So what prompted that though? Because was it like after Olivia was born, you like wanted to?
Yeah, but well, you know, think about this, man. You're 11, 12. You know, your dad's not coming back. You know, that's your superhero.
Yeah.
You know, shit, man. The whole time I'm thinking like, damn, man, I might have asked for too much. You know, maybe I asked for too many Power Rangers. You know, but but I know that I needed to go through that because I don't know if I'd be the father that I am today for Olivia. You know, like I know for one thing, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it gets.
Yeah.
You know, because with me and Alex, it wasn't always peaches and cream, bro. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
like especially when someone's depressed, you know, and they don't really understand, like why you feeling like this, you know.
Yeah.
Like it gets dark, you know, but I didn't leave. I know that I didn't leave. You know, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Wow.
It is what it is.
That's incredible because it's like something that, I mean, because obviously when you're like 11, 12, like the things that happen to you with that much significance is going to be like trauma inducing, and it's going to be, even if you don't always know it, it's going to be there like affecting you and your life. And so the fact that you were able to get to a place where you can actually forgive him, and the fact that that kind of turns your life into a different trajectory, that's a real testament to like encouraging people to actually resolve some of the things that you've been like kind of hiding away or like kind of ignoring, you know. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, man.
So like, I know your father's in Korea. Did you had to like call him, or like did you like go see him, or?
No, I called him. You know, like I mean, I've like, you know, again, like from since he left, like, you know, I had a relationship with him. You know, like I wasn't upset with him. I was just sad. You know, and like I remember he got married. He got married in Korea. So I don't know if I finished that. So, you know, he went on that business trip and he got married.
Oh gosh.
And then so the lady, apparently she had a lot of money, right? So you know, she had a house in Alpharetta at the time, and this was like back in the day. So living in Alpharetta was like, wow,
Yeah.
You know? And like I've never experienced a house like that. So like he lived near us, and he would have us come over and like hang out with his, like, I guess what do I call them? My step
family.
Yeah, whatever, right? You know, and like they lived this luxury life, bro. Like brand new cars, everything, like like damn near a mansion, right?
Yeah.
And we live in a soapbox, you know. So it's like I was like, dang, okay, maybe that's why he left, right? But then it's just always weird having that relationship, you know, with them. But that didn't last long, and then, you know, he went on his journey. Now he's alone, so you know. But yeah, and then I remember going to see him again while I was working at the store. I went for like 2 months to go see him in the mountains. And it wasn't bad, you know. I enjoyed my time. Again, I wasn't upset with my dad at the time, you know. I didn't know how, you know, that feeling of having a child, you know. So, you know, it was fine. It was cool. You know, living in the mountains, like that really, because at that time, man, like I was super materialistic, you know, like I got to have designer on me. I got to have all this stuff, you know, like you know, having like, you know, the facade of having money is so important to me, right? So now I'm coming to visit him for 2 months, right? I'm used to being in like a downtown condo, right? Like my closet's like the size of someone's room, right? And then I got to go to the mountains, and it's like I hated that shit. For like the first like 2 days, I was like, what am I doing here? Oh my gosh! Like we got to travel all the way just to go get some. Like no, this is. But like after like 2 weeks, man, it was so peaceful, and like I really adjusted to it, and like it was pretty dope. So like living in the mountains like that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, I don't know why he did what he did, but he did it. You know, you can't take that back.
Yeah.
But you know, again, I forgive him. You know, it is what it is. Like I had to go. Like, you know, there's no other way around that. Like that's just how my pages were written, right? That's just what happened. So, you know.
Wow. So you forgive him, and does that have like an immediate effect on you?
You know, it was like a big relief on my end, right? I think he was a little confused why I was calling him, saying all this stuff, you know. But you know, it was a huge relief on my end. Like I didn't care. I just had to get it out.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So yeah, it was a big relief, man. It was a big relief. And then you know, I started like working out like heavy. Like that's all I did was work. Like so like for I don't know, maybe I think I was out of work for maybe close to a year, over a year. Oh. My job was just to like work on me. Right? That was my job. Like how can I improve me? Right? So, you know, I started listening to a bunch of podcasts, hearing all these other people's stories, how they came up, what they went through. And it's just, you know, just being inspired. You know. But yeah, just went through a period, like a year of just being inspired and doing it, right? And taking action, getting in the gym. Like, man, I don't know if you remember, like, I always had, like, a gallon of water on me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I was really into macros at that time. Like, you know, I couldn't eat certain stuff. Like, it was serious, right? And I did that.
And you, like, posted, like, gym pics, like, every day almost.
Yeah, you know, just doing the lifts and stuff like that. You know, this was before the TikTok days. Sorry, guys. You know, I don't do that anymore. But, you know, it just doing that. And then, yeah, so, you know, just working on myself, working on my body, and that just ultimately, like, helped my mind, you know? Like, if you're depressed, go work out. Like, that's it, man. I think that was the biggest thing. Yeah. Getting in the gym, right? Feeling accomplished. Like, I went in the morning, like, right when I woke up, like 5 a.m., I would go, and then that would make me feel like I got, like, that win for the day. Wow. You know, it's like, okay, now everything's just cake on top. Yeah. You know, so, you know, I did that for, like, man, I was pretty consistent. And then COVID happened, you know, so, like, my breakfast was, like, 8 eggs. Wow. I used to eat, like, probably, like, holy crap, like, I don't know, man, pounds of chicken a day, right? And, like, I couldn't get that. Like, eggs weren't available. Chicken weren't all I could eat was dirty stuff. Yeah. Like, fast food was here. Like, how y'all have fast food, but you can't get chicken? Yeah. Like, how you have this, but you can't have eggs in the superstore? Like, it's insane, right? Yeah, so it's like, okay, I guess, you know, they got their own mainstream, right? They got their distribution, so whatever, right? It makes sense. But, yeah, and it just, I don't know, like, and then I couldn't lift, so then I was just doing band work, and then that was like, all right, this doesn't feel like I'm getting it.
It is different.
You know, so I was like, so I stopped. Yeah. I quit.
Yeah. You know, I was exactly like that. I was working out leading up to COVID, and then, like, I couldn't go to the gym.
I think a lot of people got that, bro.
And then I went on, like, a shopping spree on Amazon getting all the bands.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't feel the same, man. You know, it's like... So I stopped, man, but then, you know, I was working on this. So while doing that, I'm sorry, I kind of going all over the place. I go back to the insurance company, right? So like after a year, I'm like, all right, man, I think I'm like mentally okay. Let me try this again, you know, because like I always felt like I could do more in insurance, right? Because, you know, my boss, they wanted me, you know, to go play golf and, you know, do all that stuff, right?
The corporate stuff.
The corporate stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate the corporate stuff, you know? So I'm no, you know, like, no, I'm good. You know, like I remember there was times where they left me in the office. I was the only person in the office and they all were playing golf, you know? So it's like, but that's just always that's just my work ethic, you know? So I was like, go ahead and go play golf. I'll go sell, you know? So, you know, it's, I don't know, man. Just, so then, you know, I just knew the corporate life was not me. Like, I don't enjoy that, you know? Like, I don't enjoy, like, I just stopped doing stuff I don't enjoy. That's one big thing that changed my life. I just said to myself, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it, right? And I'm not going to hear anything else about it, you know, because you're going to hear like, oh, no, you're just not, no, I've experienced it. I didn't like it. So what makes you think if I do it again, the experience is going to be different? Yeah. You know, and it might be, but guess what? I didn't enjoy it the first time. So, you know, you can't tell me what I like and what I don't like, you know? Yeah. So, you know, that's one big thing I walk around with now is just do what I want to do, you know. But there are times where, you know, I have to, you know, I recognize like there's some times where I can't be like that, you know. There might be, you know, there's always people levels, you know, as much as you don't want to think about it, but, you know, there's always going to be something. It's a fake facade of power, but, you know, it's there. You know, you have to play along sometimes. So can't always do everything you want, but for the most part, if I can control it and it's not that big of a deal, doesn't, you know, have any big impact, then I'm not going to do it. You know, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Just
so then with your kind of second try at the insurance stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I went over there. You know, he didn't have space for me, so then he took me to another agent that was kind of new, right? So then I was like, all right, I'll go over there, help him out. You know, went to the office. You know, I had a good mindset at the time. I was like, you know, I'm going to help him out and try to become a manager over here, you know, do all that stuff, right? And, you know, he was new. You know, the lead quality wasn't good. You know, it wasn't as quality, you know, it wasn't as expensive as the last place I worked at. So it was a real grind. But I still made numbers, you know, and I was still doing it. So then I was like, oh, okay, I am good at this. It's not like just, you know, oh, this was his leads. No, I can actually sell. Right. You know, so then COVID happened, and then we started working from home, right? So then, you know, when I work from home, like I actually work from home. You know, I have 2 laptops up. I'm making calls. I'm actually doing it, right? Yeah. I remember I sold like $30,000 or $35,000, you know, at home, right? So like that's the most he's ever sold at that office, right? And then I remember he called and like he started micromanaging me. I'm like, I was like, what are you doing, man? You know, so I was like, hold on, I'm showing you numbers. I'm proving to you I'm not like the rest. Like I'm not just gonna go off and do whatever, you know. And then like he just kept micromanaging me, and I was like, you know, and it got annoying, you know. Yeah. And then he's like, you need to come to the office. You need to come. I was like, I'm selling more here. Why do I need to come to the office? And at the time, I didn't want to go to the office. This is like the COVID hype, right? Yeah. Like I'm gonna die if I go outside, right? You know. So like, I'm not going outside, you know? And then I was like, you know, I'll quit, you know? And then he didn't understand why I quit. So if you're listening, that's why I quit, you know? Wow. So that's his loss, you know?
And you know, like sometimes I think people like that, when they see someone performing well,
maybe that's what I also, during this journey, I didn't know like people really have egos and like they get jealous. Yeah. I'm like, but in my mind, I work for you. My performance is your pockets. Yeah. You know?
But I think there's also like, for certain types of egos, it's like, I'm going to micromanage him so that it can be proven that I had a part in his success.
Dude. You know, just let the guy roll. Just let him loose, man. Let's see what he does, right? Right. You know, treat me like AI. Practice. No, let me stop. But no, but you know, it's like it just got annoying. I was like, dude, the next guy sold like less than 10K. The next seller.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a huge margin, like there's a big gap.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I didn't understand that. So I was like, I gotta go, man. You know, I gotta go. So I left, you know, and then, you know, just started doing whatever I could do to try to find some money, you know, just to make some money. Like quick buck here, quick buck there. Man, anytime I tried a quick buck, I lost a lot. You know, that's one thing for sure. Anytime I tried quick money, I lost the most. You know, not even my time and actual like money. Yeah. Right? You know, trusting the wrong people and doing it's very, man, that costs you a lot. Yeah. You know, and I don't got no job, bro. So losing money that's not the move.
You're right.
You know? Yeah. So, you know, and then I remember I was like, okay, started getting into this, like, you know, I was like, found this Discord. You know, like my friend was like always like talking to me about this Discord. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about Discord for, bro? Like, that's like video games? You know, like I don't, you know, like whatever, man. And then like I was like, all right, let me try one. And then I paid for one. I think it was like $70 a month or something like that. And like they gave me this like information. And it's like, it's just all this information of what you can resell. I was like, oh crap, okay. You know? And actually I already did all this stuff because, like, you know, I was like really heavy into shoes. Like before the big craze came. Like I was, you know, I had the Yeezys, all that stuff. Like, you know, Nike Yeezys. You know, I had multiple pairs of those. You know, I had all the Jordans with the Nike Airs before they were retro. You know, like I was heavy into the game, right? And then so all this stuff was natural to me. Like this just felt like the sneaker game, but other items. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, and then I started seeing all this stuff. But what I realized is like, yo, you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna sell. You gotta pick your like niche, right? Because they have a member alert, right? And that's just basically everything. So I was just buying everything, whatever I could. I was buying like, oh, I could sell this for that. Man, dude, I lost a lot of money, right? So I lost a lot of money doing that, you know. So I'm like, oh man, you know, this ain't. I was like, okay, but.
Do you still have like inventory left over?
Oh man, things? I can show you a box full of crap, bro. Okay. What, dude? So hopefully it's worth some money one day. You know, yeah, trust me, I got a closet full. You know, so like I said, I fail a lot, yo. I fail, but I'm gonna keep trying until it, because one's gonna hit, and when that hits, I'm out. Yeah, you know, I'm out the park. You know, so yeah, so you know, I was doing that. And I started posting on Instagram. So that's probably when you started noticing, right? Yep. So that time I'm still like pretty depressed, you know, still depressed because like I don't know what I'm doing with myself. Like, okay, I kind of got like my mindset right, but still don't know what I want to do. I don't know, like, you know, what the future holds, right? And then so, you know, I'm posting this stuff online, right? And every time I post it, you know, it's kind of like motivating me to do it more and more and more, you know? So it's like, y'all might be thinking I'm posting it for you guys, but like really that was me posting it for me. You know, like that was me like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm active, you know, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm out here trying, you know? So then, you know, I stumble on the cards and, you know, naturally I'm like, oh, well, you know, I love basketball. You know, I play basketball, you know, and then so, you know, basketball cards were huge, right? So I was like, oh, man, let me try this, you know, and it was so hard to get. So just it being so hard to get, it felt like it was some kind of an importance. Like, let me try to get it. Oh, I got it, you know? Yeah. You know, and then once you have it, it's like, oh, you could resell it for X amount. It's like, oh, wow, okay. But that was, you know, I saw sports cards, but that was never my big thing, right? I started with Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So Pokemon, you know, that was a huge craze, right? With Champions Path came out, so hard to get these, like they call it ETBs, like with 10 packs and like a promo card in there. It was so hard to get them, right? And then I remember I found like 2 at Walmart. I was like, oh my you know, I was going every day to go look for these cards, man. It was like a game, you know. So I was like, yo, oh man, I found it, and like, you know, you score, and like it feels so. It's like, yo, that dopamine is like, wow, you know. And then so I remember I was like, damn, I'm gonna open this. You know, I was supposed to resell it, right? But I was like, I'm gonna open it. Let me try to open it. And then for some reason, I don't know why, I was like, let me record it. Let me record this. Let me see what happens. Man, and I hit the Charizard.
That's when
that first box, bro. My first box. I mean, I'm telling you, like when I was younger, I remember like we would go like to all the kids would go around, right, and then we would go door to door. Can we do something with your yard for like $5? Blah blah blah. We would get money, and then that was the first task, right? The second task was like, all right, whose parents gonna take us to Venture Mall? Venture Mall is over there on Satellite Boulevard. Back then they had a card store in there, like a Magic and Pokemon, and like, dude, that was the place to be, you know, like that was the place to be as a kid. Yeah. So I remember like that was the next task. Yo, go ask your mom. No, I asked her last week. She's not gonna do it. I was like, man, you go like. So then we would, you know, find someone to do it, you know, and then they take us there, and like, you know, we'd be there for like an hour just buying one booster pack, you know, one booster pack. But we were in there for like an hour just looking at everything. Yeah. I remember looking at the Charizard. I forgot how much it was at the time. It was like probably like 200, right? But like, you know, I'm like back then, young, so like 200. That's like 1,000. Yeah. It's like, what? That's unheard of money. Yeah. You know, so it's like, man, I can pull that. You know, so I remember, but back in the day, I was a huge Blastoise fan. Like, I wanted a Blastoise. And I never pulled a Blastoise. I never pulled a Charizard. You know, so now fast forward, I'm here. I'm opening that box. Man, that it brought back all of those like memories, man, that I forgot about. You know, I was like, whoa, like this feels good. Like, wow, you know, like, man, you know, so I kept doing it, you know, and then I started doing it for other people. And I wasn't like, you know, I was doing this for like a few months, and I wasn't making anything, man. I was probably going, I was live for like maybe like 3-4 hours a day. And like, you got to think each box, I was probably making $5, maybe $2 after shipping. Oh, you know? Yeah. But I'm enjoying, this is fun. Yeah. Like, let's do it. And I'm over here building a show. Yeah. You know, I'm like, whoa. And I'm over here, introverted Henry, right? Like, my cousins are like, that's you? Like, they can't believe it, right? But then, you know, that's just how I am around people. Just, you know, that's just how I am, because I have to observe what's going on, right? You know, so when I'm around a lot of people or anyone really, I start to get quiet, and I'll just observe, you know. So that's probably, you know, they're used to that, Henry, you know. So, you know, I'm like, okay, so now we're doing this, and you know, we're building it up, and then I remember just seeing these things called team breaks. I'm like, man, that right there, that looks fun. Like, that would be fun if we could do sports, because, you know, I love Pokemon, you know, don't get me wrong, but, like, I wasn't in love with all the sets of Pokemon. I love the OG set, because that's what I'm used to, right? Yep,
the original 150.
Yeah, so, like, now, like, we're doing basketball cards. I could gravitate to this. I know who these players are. I've seen them play. Some of these people I probably followed in high school, you know, like, dang, like, you know. So that was like, okay, this is fun. This is really fun, right? And then, man, so I did that. So I made the transition. I remember, man, I had like, so at this point I had a lot of failed ventures, right? So whatever capital I had left is gone, right? So I remember, dude, like I had like maybe a couple $100 left. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy this brand called Mosaic. All right, NBA Mosaic. I'm just going to buy a few of those boxes, and I'm going to try to do a team break, and let's see what happens, right?
Sorry, continue. I'm gonna ask what a team break is.
Okay, yeah, I got you. So, you know, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it out, right? So, I buy it, and then I post it, and nothing happens. So I'm like, oh man, okay, you know, let me just keep doing, you know, let me stick to the Pokemon, right? Yeah. Let me just keep doing it. And then I was like, all right. And then eventually I forgot what happened. It was just one night where, like, you know, you got sports or something. I forgot what it was, but I was like, yeah, I got Mosaic, you know. And I started doing more of like personals of of basketball cards. So people started seeing that I did sports more rather than just Pokemon. And then I was like, okay. And then I did that for a long time, just doing, little personals or me ripping it for myself. I was ripping a lot of it for myself because, I'm enjoying it. I want to see it, and then eventually, man, I got a crowd and, we just started doing it every night, man. And I guess, I was bringing entertainment factor to them where like, you think about it, you're COVID, right? You're in your house, can't go out, right? You're bored. So it's like, man, what's going on here? And it's like, and at the time, some of these cards were going for a ridiculous amount. Like it was like you were making money. So like everyone was having fun. People that were breaking were having fun. The breakers were having fun. Like it was just a fun time, right? So I remember we did our first like few breaks and it's like, oh, this is it. Like this is, and then it's just been history ever since, man. So I started WWAB with like 2 hangers or something like that. 2 hangers, man. No, and you got people with millions of dollars on their table.
Wow.
And so it's like, I don't know, it's crazy, man. It was wild. But I will say this, like, everything felt like natural, man. Like I didn't force it. Like if I hit something big, it was really like, it was natural. So like, I don't know, like I don't know if I should like to say it, like it just felt like I should be there. Like it felt like it was right. It felt like, I'm here where I'm supposed to be. Kind of like, whoa, So it's like, had that feeling.
So I feel like your whole journey, kind of like the moment you decide you're not gonna do what you don't like anymore, you've just kind of been feeling it out, right? Like kind of gravitating towards the things you like, enjoying, and then that's what kind of got you here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and then also, just like meeting people along my journey too, right? Like, man, I remember like back in North Carolina, just being on like Facebook, right? Just like meeting people on through shoes, right? Like I said, I was big in shoes, so meeting people in shoes. I remember, I still pretty close with them. My good friend Vincent, right? Like he helped me out a lot. Like. I was super depressed, like I said, because, again, I had to do a year after I quit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm done. I quit. Like, that took a lot for me to say that.
Yeah.
Right? And then I had to do a year. I was like, oh, my gosh. It was just misery, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, I'd talk to him, and, like, he'll make me feel better. It's like, it's like, dang, okay. It's like, all right. And then, even along the journey with WWAB, man, like, he's encouraged me so much. He's helped me a lot, Like,
awesome.
He's helped me a lot, Like, I remember, and like he still tries to give me like these lessons, like, dude, you can just go on a plane and just go do something, right? And I'm like, I know, but like, eventually I'll get there, but I'm not there yet, pockets wise, or like, I don't feel the need to do stuff like that yet, but he's helped me a lot through this, man. Just whether mentor, He's even like gave me money for inventory in the beginning.
Wow.
Stuff like that, But there was a time where like, okay, so going through depression, right? Trying to find myself. Yeah. I'm over here asking anybody and everybody that I feel that's like semi-successful or like that looks like they're happy online. And it's just, man, I was going like, I got so many different directions. That, like, I will say this, if you are depressed, you are, like, you feeling like you're rock bottom, be very careful who you talk to, right? Because their influence can take you to a whole nother journey that you weren't even supposed to be on, right? To where, like, and you might even end up back on the path that you were originally supposed to be. Right, so it's like you kind of have to double down on what you truly believe is right, wrong, things like that. And I don't know, you can't listen to people. As crazy as it is, like as depressed as you are, as vulnerable as you are, can't listen to people. If I listen to people, I'd be an Uber Eats driver. If I listen to people, I'd be, I don't know, I'd be a beer salesman.
Right.
Like. And in my head, I'm like, I feel more than that.
Right.
I feel like I can do more than that. I feel like I can accomplish more than that, right? But I don't have that certificate from that college that says that I can do that, But reality, I could probably, if you put a college graduate next to me and give us each $1,000, give us a year, who's gonna have more money? You know, I'm coming up on top. You know, they can't out hustle me.
Yeah.
You know, so but I have to be like that because I don't have that degree.
Yeah.
I don't have that paper.
Do you feel like that hustle was something that you always had, or did you kind of learn that during your?
I feel like you gotta kind of have it a little bit, but then like anything you learn. Like, man, if you could tell, like, if I try to make money back in the day versus now, I ain't doing shit. Like, you know, just the idea. Like, you have the idea of you want to make money, right? Yeah. But you actually have to like go. You have to practice it. It's like you have to go through it.
Yeah.
You have to go through the trial and errors, right?
Yeah.
And listen to other people. Like not saying like listen to and follow their directions, but listen to their story.
Right.
Listen to what they went through. And then you might pick something out of there and be like, okay, he went through that when he did that. I don't, boom. That might have saved you like 2 months on your timeline, right? That 2 months is critical.
Yeah.
You know, like just, I don't know, stay on your path. Try to stay on your path as much as you can and just, I don't know, man, just. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, I kind of rambled on.
No. This is great, man. I think I'm surprised by this because I didn't expect it. But the fact that you kind of considered you forgiving your father to be a turning point, like, I think that is because you hear about stories of what people did to get themselves in a good place all day long, and like, like you hear a ton of, like working out, eating better, like all those things are great, but you also have to recognize the under the surface level things too. And I think that part, it's like,
dude,
it's huge.
Whether you like subconsciously know it or not, you're bearing that trauma.
Yeah.
You know, like you're doing anything to not deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll go through, like there might be like path A and B, right? A is go through your shit. B is like you gotta go through a lot of bullshit just to avoid the shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People gonna take B. A lot of people are gonna take B. Right?
Yeah.
And I was taking B. Now I'm trying to take A. I'm trying to take that A path. Like just go through it. Like, all right, it's an uncomfortable conversation. Let's have it.
Yeah.
You know? Whatever. You know? Let's trying, Not saying I'm perfect at it, but I'm trying. I'm a lot better at it than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that recognition of that, and also kind of your hustle, because a lot of people don't have that. That is pretty unique, right? Like, there are people who say they have it, but then like the first obstacle they come across, they're like, I'm done. So but then the fact that you kind of have that persistence toward getting to where you want to go, I think that's a real, like, those are the ingredients to success, and that's why you have like WWAB and you're doing all these like cool things.
Yeah, I don't really see myself as successful, right? Yet, I feel like I'm on the way, but like I'm not, I don't see it as that. But then again, like I hear a lot of people say, "Man, you've grown the page like crazy," but in my head, I'm like, "No, I'm just starting. Like, I'm just taking out the fires, So I'm not seeing it from a wide margin. Like if you look at a graph. I'm not seeing it from the year. I'm zoomed in today to today. Yeah. So it's like it's looking like that. Whether the chart might look like this, but I'm seeing like this, that. So
yeah. If you did look at it at a macro, I'm sure it's a constant growth.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't want to get like I don't want to get caught up in that because I don't want to get comfortable. Just no. It's okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's do more.
I will say this. I'm not going to say any numbers on here, but you did post something, and I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, those are big numbers.
Yeah, dude, I won't, I did 300 and like, I think 340, close to 350 in inventory, just inventory. Like that's how much I spent.
Yeah, that's huge. That's
coming from dude that just, had two hanger boxes, is pretty wild. But, even with those numbers, I'm really not respected like that in the industry with, like, distributors, things like that, because I didn't spend it with them. My thing was I had to find the best deal, So, I'm buying from you. I'm buying from maybe a card shop. I'm buying from, maybe a distributor here and there. But, wherever I could get it, I got it.
Yeah.
That was my mentality,
And, like, money is one metric, but I feel like the other metric that I see a lot on your page is like the community and the support.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, like there's something about the WWAB community,
Yeah.
like, and it's genuine, right? Like, I don't try to play no games with them, right? Like, dude, there's a lot of breakers out here that they'll try to take advantage of their customers, right? They see them as like almost like a paycheck, right? It's like, okay, oh man, I've heard this from so many people, like, oh, you had a girlfriend, blah blah, oh, they're running out of. It's like, dude, man, these are people, right? Like, someone wants to drop out of my break, like other breakers are like, why are you doing that, man? We're about to start. I'm like, okay, man, I hope to see you back.
Yeah.
Real life happens, right? This is real life still, right?
Yeah.
So like, I treat people like people, right? And I just feel like maybe the love just comes back like that, And I just hope that other people see that. You know?
Yeah. So we're approaching an hour mark here, and so I thank you so much for like detailing your journey. I think there's a lot to learn in that, but I was a little bit curious, and you don't have to get super in depth because I know it's a huge world, but can we learn a little bit about like what you do with Who Wants to Break? And,
yeah,
like,
I mean, so basically, man.
because like there were some terms that you threw out, like
like team breaks.
Yeah.
So team break is basically like we'll get a box of cards, right? Let's say this box of cards, okay? This football, right? So we're gonna divide this up either by divisions. You got 8 divisions, or by teams, or you can do it. Man, there's so many different ways you can do it, right? So what I do is I can price each team at a certain price point, right? So 2020, man, you got Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, right? These are the next guys, right? We haven't seen this kind of talent in a long time, right? 2018, yeah, you got Josh Allen, but to have 2 in one class, I mean, it's loaded, right? So I make those the most expensive, right? Because that's the biggest chase. Because if this card in here, it might be worth $5 to $10K, So it's like, you're going for that chance. And then also it's an entertainment factor. Like, okay, this box right here costs $2,000. Okay, but you're able to get in it like for like, let's say the top team at like maybe $300 or $200. You don't got to pay the $2,000 to get the best card out of here, right? It might be another player that might be the best card in this box, but you still are trying to go for the best. You're trying to get the best odds for your money, because not everyone has the means to spend $2K per box.
So is it like whatever division you make for the box, people kind of sign on to that, and then they're trying to.
Well, you can randomize it, so I'll just do spots like 1 through 8. You pick a spot, like this one right here would probably be like, I don't know, like maybe in like the 200s, right? 200 per spot.
Wow. So
you get $200, but you get 4 teams, and then whatever happens. But the way I break is, man, I'll put multiple boxes. So, now, okay, just. This wasn't my break, but let's say like I did a case break of Prism that just came out. I saw that someone was charging $3,000 for the Patriots, Mac Jones, right? It's for 2021. $3,000 is a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
For one break, right? That's 12 boxes though, right? You divide 3K into 12, dude. Now you're talking about, I only got to pay like $250 to each box, and I can get the best player if it hits. And I got 12 chances. People are inclined to do that, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm in there. A lot of times, like I'm a breaker, but I like to break too. I'm in other people's lives too.
Oh wow.
So it's fun, man.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I do, man. So now my goal is to eventually have a storefront. I want to have a WWAB storefront because, I feel like I'm able to I built the platform online first, right? I built it online first. So, like, my location's not going to matter. I don't care about parking spots because I'm going to sell everything online. I just need the store. I just need to have the store just so I can get the product, so... I feel like I have an advantage there.
So your store isn't necessarily to bring people in.
Nope. I just need the storefront.
Gotcha.
So
is that because like distributors like will recognize you more when
they need that. They need to see that you're not just in your house or whatever. They want to see that it's
see.
being sold in the store, things like that.
I see. Gotcha.
So I mean, but there are distributors that will go to breakers, but they don't allow me in. So if I had the support of like what all these other breakers got, man, like I'd be one. I really feel like I'd be like one of the up there, but I don't, but I just have me. And that's it. So what I'm able to do with it, I'm so grateful. Like I feel like it might not be huge to other people, but I feel like it's big for what what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, and I feel like it has so much potential to be bigger. And like now I'm at a point where like I need to see like someone else that has that vision with me, and maybe partner up because again, like in the beginning, finding my journey. I got people telling me I should be Uber Eats and do Uber Eats. I got my cousin, he owns Pour Tap Room. He wants me to help manage that. He said maybe be a beer salesman there. Help his dad with the Korean barbecue place that he owns. But none of that stuff is what that just sounds like I'm gonna go back to 60, 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
I might get paid a little bit better, but it just I don't know, man. So then. Getting that, and then now starting this, right? So, like I said, like my friend Vincent, he's like, he gave me money. I was like, I didn't want to take it though. I was like, everyone was pushing money to me. Like all these people like that, like, whoa, I didn't know you like even like knew me or believed in me. Now you want to give me money. So that was really a weird transition, like from being like almost like a loser to like, yo, man, take my money, let's build. Like I put a pause on everybody. I rejected my cousin. He was trying to give me money. I was like, no, not yet, because if I take money now, I'm probably gonna want 50%. Probably gonna want something, right? And if it does, and I know what I can do, I know the ability I got, whether it's in this cars or whatever, another business or whatever, right? I know the ability I can do. So I know it's gonna pop, right? Yeah. In my mind, it's gonna pop. It has to pop, right? Yeah. So, like I don't want to give up all that just because I was scared, to do it myself. Yeah. And that's one thing that just do it yourself. Like stop trying to look for everybody. Like, yo, let's go do it. Like, you can have an idea and you go with your friends and be like, yo, let's do this. Man, that's where the idea dies. That's where the idea dies, bro. Just do it, man. Just do it yourself, and they'll come along, right? Yeah. Like eventually they'll start to see, like, oh, this is something. It's usually after all the hard work, but they'll come along.
Yeah. Wow. So if someone listening to this wants to join your breaks, like, do they just have to follow you?
Yeah, man. Just follow me on Instagram at Who Wants a Break, all one word. I post them daily, so you see a list of teams. You'll either see a name next to them or a price. So you see a price with no name, it's still open. You just comment like, oh, I want the Texans. Boom. And I'll say, got it. And then I'll update you on the list. Once it's full, I'll make a chat. You guys send payment, and we'll rip the boxes, and then we just do that. Yeah. But now I'm on this new app called Whatnot. So you guys might have to follow me on Whatnot, at Who Wants a Break, same all one word, because man, that's a whole nother beast in itself, man. Instagram, I might fill, I can line breaks up to fill like, simultaneously, right? Like maybe post 3 breaks, and then in the next 3 days, those 3 will break, right? Man, if I go on Whatnot, if I put up these boxes, it's breaking in that hour.
Wow.
So it's so fast now, and I'm like, okay, and I got the energy, for it, so it's like, okay, this might be the move. So now I'm exploring that, so I'm exploring that, and then again, I want to add another stream of income eventually, right? Because I need more income, I need more streams, I need more security, because I want to do things. I want to put people in position to where they are able to feed their family, they're able to actually have a real life, like. I just want to build something, man. I want something where people are like, yo, I'm a part of that. Yeah. And they're proud of that. Yeah. Like there's no shadiness going on, nothing. Like just, but it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's hard, man. And a lot of people don't fit like morally with me too, because like some people okay, doing some dirty stuff, and I'm like, I can't do that. Yeah. Bro. That's wrong, bro. Like, I can't do it, man. And some people, I might have lost customers being like that, but you know, hey, at least I'm me. I can stay true to me, and I can sleep with myself. You know, like sleep with that, and I can go to sleep, and you know, I'm okay with who I am.
Yeah, and that's
You know?
also probably why you have the community that you have, because you are like straight laced, you know, very honest. So, yeah, people gravitate toward that.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. You know, it does get discouraging though. I'm not gonna lie, because there are times where like, man, the scummiest of scum, they get the biggest hype, they get the biggest look. They, you know,
Yeah.
they're getting so much business. It's insane. You know, and
Yeah.
it's like, man, I'm over here being the good guy. You know, does the nice guy finish last? You know, nice guy might finish last, but the good guy doesn't. You know, so I had to remember that too. Like, okay, just because, you know, being good doesn't you don't have to be nice all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I now, you know, I'm being a little bit more strict on things.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean,
just
at the end
finding
of the
that
day,
balance as well.
yeah, at the end of the day, it is a business, so it's not like you
Yeah,
can
for sure, it's a
give stuff
business,
away.
right?
Yeah.
So you know, man, again, I got people that owe me thousands, bro. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But
Wow. Oh, no worries, no worries. Man, that's again, thank you for sharing all that. It's I'm like very encouraged and inspired.
yeah, sorry, I probably went all over the
No,
place.
no, no,
man,
no. It was
you
it was
know?
all really good. And so yeah, guys, I hope you guys tuned into that. That was just following your journey was amazing. And if you guys are interested in the whole sports car hobby, something that I feel like Gary Vee talks about it.
Yeah,
quite
man,
often.
Gary Vee really pumped the hobby up, man. Like
yeah.
that's one thing about Gary he's really good at. He's really good at pumping things, you know? Like so, you know, he really pumped the market up, and like it boomed, man.
Yeah.
It really boomed. And like yeah, and it's going to get even crazier because Fanatics just bought everybody out. They bought all the licensing for almost every major sport.
Wow.
So now Topps, you know, you've heard of Topps.
Yeah,
They've had baseball since we were like before we were born.
Right.
Probably when your parents were like kids. You know, they've had the license for Topps for the MLB. They don't have it. They lost it, bro. They got and then they got bought out because they're not worth anything, right? That was your biggest market. So now you're not worth anything. Here, take the penny on the dollar. Now we have Topps name, right? Fanatics now has a Topps name. Panini's coming up next. It's gonna be like 2-3 years, you know. But so that also could be good, could be bad, right? Because like the current model of a local card shop, if you're direct to Panini, you're making a crazy margin, making crazy margins. Like, you know, if I'm able to get direct from Panini, I'd be able to lower my break spots as they are now, even though they're pretty low now. Be able to lower more, like increase my margins, and probably even like, you know, it'd be insane, right?
Wow.
I mean, we're talking like a box you buy for like 100 that retails at 600.
Oh wow.
You know?
Yeah.
One box.
Yeah.
So like I see these people. Like, that's why it frustrates me, right? Because my customers don't see that, but I see that, and they're over here like, "Oh, this guy's a bet." This guy, like, no, you know, it's insane, right? But hey, I'm not gonna, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just waiting my turn.
Yeah.
You know, so I just gotta stay true to what I'm doing, and it's going to happen. So with Topps coming in, that could be a good thing, right? Everybody's account's going to reset. So now their allocation that they're used to getting, it might go less now because they're getting cut out by Fanatics. Fanatics is a $1 billion company. They purchased all of this stuff for billions, right? They have their own infrastructure. They have their own distribution. They don't need the distributors anymore, right? And those are the guys that are like really cranking the prices up. The distributors, you know, those are the guys that like they're making all the meat, and we're just taking the little pieces left. You know, like it's insane. So now, you know, that's kind of encouraging to me. Like maybe I have a chance at becoming a premier store without having to be in it for so long. You know, so like I might have a chance. I might have an opportunity soon. So you know.
That's awesome.
My competition better be ready.
Yeah. And, you know, I can relate to some of the things you're saying because my wife is a small business owner as well. So, like, the things that she does for her customers, and then, like, when they get something, like, a little wrong or something, and they, like, complain, like it's unfortunate because you don't really see, like, the things that she's doing in the background to give you, like, good service and all that. So yeah, like I'm sure,
Yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter, because
Yeah.
that's a give me,
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, the drink's messed up, fix it,
Yeah.
It is what it is, and that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So anyone listening who's interested, who's heard about the hobby but haven't known really how to get into it, hey, Who Wants to Break is your man. He can it's a very easy entryway into the hobby, right?
That's the thing. It's an easy entryway, so it causes a lot of competition, right? So, if you're trying to become a breaker, I'm not the guy to come to, because I'm gonna be honest, you're my competition.
Right.
We can be cool.
Yeah.
We could be cordial, but a lot of these guys do dirty stuff behind doors, so like kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
So it's an easy entry point, but the strong will survive. I don't even, hey, I pray I'm here at the end when the dust settles. I pray WWAB still here, but it's gonna start to be levels to it where like it's not just gonna be that easy to get in, and when you do get in, like you have to build a customer base.
Yeah.
You have to build that following.
I was speaking to the customers themselves who want to get into the hobby.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've been hearing about it. Like I would not know where to go.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? So there's two groups, right? Like people that want to break or people that want to become a breaker, right? I'm here for the people that want to break.
Yeah.
So if you want to break, my inbox is open for you. I'll explain whatever you need to explain. Like, if you're confused at how it works, I'll send you a video how, of the past breaks that we did. Like I'm here for that. Like my inbox, like that's why like if you message me like today and then I don't hit you back and it's like the next day, I'm pretty sure your message is like at the bottom of my inbox. I don't mean to, but I get a lot of messages, you know. So I'm constantly I'm active all the time. Like if you look at my phone, let me see. Here, I'll pull it up. Like you can see my screen time, bro. Like it's to the point where like, man, if this was a parent telling me, like this is unhealthy, this is unhealthy. But you know what? This is a new world. 12 hours.
Oh wow.
That's my average.
Wow.
That's 12 hours, bro.
Yeah. So that's like just 12 hours of work for you though. It's not like you're just.
But I don't feel like I'm working.
Yeah.
Like again, like there are parts of this any business that you enjoy or you love, there's gonna be something that you don't like, right? So shipping can be a pain, right? But it's part of it. You just got to do it, right? You do that, and then you get everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like there's always gonna be something you don't like to do, But then there's parts where like you really have to just do it, right? Like I know I'm trying to live that whole like I don't want to do it, then I'm not gonna do it, right? Then if I want to do that, then I'll just hire out, But then it's hard finding work, So. I don't have that choice of if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it,
Yeah, sometimes you got to do things you don't want
For
to
sure.
do so you can do the things that you do want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that's huge, Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, hey.
Any questions? Any other questions?
No. It's been great. I learned a ton. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing everything and being so open, authentic.
Yeah, man.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna choke up like that.
No. So yeah, guys, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, Henry, thank you so much again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we'll talk to you guys next time.
Follow me on IG, y'all. Who wants a break? Let's go.
Exactly. There you go.